Welcome to season 2 of the podcast with, you guessed it, Abigail Few. This season, I'm switching things up and chatting with women who are making daily digital product sales so you can learn exactly what it takes to build a digital product business that makes you money every single day. Let's dive right in. So I just checked my podcast on Spotify, and it looks like my last episode that I launched was exactly 1 year ago tomorrow, which is kind of insane. When I first launched this podcast, my goal was to put one out every single week, and I did really good with that until I got pregnant. Oh my gosh, you guys, I know my son is like 7 months old now, so this was quite some time ago, but something happened when I got pregnant with my son, and it made me feel like I couldn't record. It made me feel nauseous to be like sitting at my computer and recording. So I did some episodes that were, Flashback Fridays. And eventually I just told my podcast manager, like, hey, I need to take a break. I cannot do this right now. But I did not think that I would be taking an entire year off. So thank you for your patience. I hope you binged some of my older episodes. There are so many good ones, but yeah, I'm so excited to be back. This season is going to be a little different. We'll get into that in a few minutes, but I kind of just wanted to give you a little update on where I'm at, right? So my son was born in December, true baby. He's so perfect. We love him, but he was born 6 weeks early. So he was in the NICU for, I think, 13 days. It was awful. He was in there for Christmas Day, and it was probably the saddest yet best 13 days of my life. Like, if you've had a kid in the NICU, it's kind of hard to explain. You're so happy you're here. And he was healthy and great. He was just small. So they kept him there to make sure he would be feeding correctly. And it was so hard. Like, every day it felt like I was leaving my heart there and then leaving it at home with my 6-year-old. So it was crazy, and so crazy to experience that while also still running a business and running a podcast and doing all these things, or trying to run a podcast. At that point, I was trying to get season 2 ready, and I knew it wasn't going to happen. But I think it was kind of hard for me to admit that. But the NICU stay was crazy. We were there for a while, and then finally he came home. I had my, postpartum bubble with him. And it was a lot, to say the least. And this business, I did not have this business when I was postpartum with my daughter, right? I started this when she was a little bit over 2. So this was my first time experiencing postpartum while also running a business, being the sole income provider for our family. And I feel like I am kind of at the end of it, but still kind of going through it, an identity crisis, to be honest, where everything within my life, like all of my priorities, everything I wanted before, is kind of shifting a little bit. And I wasn't expecting that. Like, there are a lot of goals that I had set that are, around visibility and getting out there and doing cool things and, charting on my podcast. And it felt like after I had my son, none of those things seemed to matter to me as much, right? And like I said, I still kind of feel like I'm in the middle of an identity crisis, and I am pivoting a lot of things that I was not expecting to pivot. But you guys know I'm always honest and open with you. And while season 2 is fully recorded and it is so good, I'm so excited to have it for you guys. I wanted to kind of let you know and let you in on the fact that I think this is going to be my last season. I have loved podcasting. It has been so fun to connect with all of you and share things every week that are just like on my heart to share with you. But it feels like in this season of life, it's just not something that I can sustain and do really well, which I'm a perfectionist. It's so hard for me to do something and not do it really, really well, like top of the line, exactly how I want it to be. So this will sadly most likely be the last season of my podcast for now. I am not one who ever will like shut a door 100%, because who knows, in a few years when my kids are a little bit older and I have more capacity, I have more time, maybe I will dive back in. But just know that I am going to do something else that I think will be better for me, but I also think will be really awesome for you guys as well. It will be something that drops weekly. I'm very excited for it. I haven't announced exactly what it is yet, so make sure you're following me over on Instagram, because that's most likely where I will share about it a little bit more. But I'm super excited, and I really just wanted to be open and honest with you guys, and also remind you that it's okay to change your mind in business. It's okay to pivot. It's okay to be like, hey, I had this goal for a really long time and now my priorities are shifting. It doesn't make you a quitter. Yes, I am. I'm not quitting my podcast forever, right? But I am in a season where it's not as sustainable anymore, and it's okay for me to pivot. I'm telling myself this too because I've been trying to talk myself out of this for a while, but at the end of the day, it just feels right in this season of life. And want to, I never want to feel like I'm doing something just to do it. Like there has to be passion and intention behind it. And that's how I've always run my business. So that's how I'm going to continue running my business. So what is coming this season though? You guys probably heard a little bit in the intro. I have been interviewing students and friends and people who are in the industry that are making daily digital product sales because I, of course, love having experts on here. And I love having experts that are experts in the field of social media and online business and those types of things. But I also think it's really cool to bring in people who are an expert in a completely different niche that are also crushing it and making daily digital product sales because I feel like we have so much to learn from people that are doing the darn thing inside of their business that has nothing to do with business, right? So I think it'll be really, really awesome for you guys to hear right from these women. There's so many good episodes and exciting news. This season is actually sponsored, which I'm so excited for. I've never had a podcast sponsor before. You guys know that I will never do any paid collaboration sponsorships, anything that is not truly something that I love and use, which, a lot of people have told me, you're missing out on so much money when it comes to brand deals and all these things. And in my head, I'm thinking maybe, but I don't want to just post ads for things that are like random companies that I've never used. Like I will only ever do ads or sponsorships for things that I have actually been using. And I've been using this sponsor since day one. This is Stan Store. Stan is actually sponsoring this season, which I'm smiling so big because I remember the day that I pitched to them like, hey, will you sponsor my podcast? And I was so nervous to send the email. I was so nervous to say like, hey, this is what I want to do. And I think I had a response from the founder and the person that I emailed like so fast. And they were like, yes, we would love to, like, let's do this. And it just felt so exciting and thrilling to like go for something and get a yes. I've had so many no's in my 4 years of running this business when I've like pitched things, not even podcast sponsorships, but you pitch things and you pitch ideas. And I've had a lot of people say no, and that's totally okay. But this just felt so aligned and exciting to have someone and a company believe in me that I trust and love so much. So this season is sponsored by Stan. And because you guys are listening to this season, you can actually get a 30-day free trial with Stan. Usually everyone only gets 14 days, but with the link that I have linked in the show notes below for you guys, you can get 30-day free trial with Stan, which I'm obsessed with Stan. I love them. I've used them since the beginning. I think they are such an amazing platform for anyone trying to sell digital products. And I love that they are kind of growing with us. So when they first started out, Stan was very much so for beginners. And now they're adding in so many things that are for beginners and beyond, not just beginners anymore. So I love Stan. I think they are the best. And I'm so excited that they are sponsoring this season of the podcast. Also, before we wrap things up, I kind of wanted to just talk a little bit about my daily sales and kind of how that went down postpartum when things were a little bit insane. As an entrepreneur, we don't take traditional, maternity leave or postpartum leave. It is a little bit like you're trying to do everything at once, which I did have some things set up so that I could take a little bit of time after he was born and not feel like I was having to work hardly at all. I had some friends come in and serve my community while I was recovering. But I had someone ask me the other day, like, hey, what are your daily sales at now? Like, how many days in a row? And did it continue when you were postpartum, right after you had your son, right? And honestly, I wasn't really even thinking about that because I was actually in the hospital for, I think, 9 days before my son was born. And it was crazy. He was born 6 weeks early. I wasn't expecting that, obviously. I had a really big week of like preparing for maternity leave the week that he came early. So it was insane, right? And like, I didn't even check my sales for probably like a week in a row. And part of me, when I kind of like came out of the bubble, he was born, he was home from the NICU, part of me thought, okay, you know what? I probably had a $0 day, right? Like it's bound to happen when you're not really like focusing on that. But to my, I shouldn't say surprise. I've like built my business around money coming in every single day. But to my surprise, to my shock, when I checked after, I still had daily sales every single day. And now, what is it? It's been over, I don't even know. He's 7 months. I can't keep track of how old they are. It's so hard when they're born early because you have like adjusted and regular age, but he is 7 months and I still have not had a $0 day, which means I'm going on 641 days of making sales every single day. And we're going to talk about a bunch of different ways that people are doing this during this season. But one thing I will say that has absolutely changed my life, and I did not focus on this for, I want to say like the first 2 years of my business. Like I had some of this, but not a ton of it like I do now. And that's reoccurring revenue. I know it's not sexy. I know it's like harder to build reoccurring revenue. And I recommend trying to get some in there in the beginning when you're first starting off. But honestly, in the beginning, you're learning how to sell. You're learning how to show up every day. Reoccurring revenue isn't always like the first thing that makes sense when you're launching a business, right? I actually think it's smart to launch a few one-off products, see what people want, and then see what you can make reoccurring that your audience loves. But I focused so heavily on reoccurring revenue before I had my son, and it made such a huge difference. And it took so much stress off of me to know that I'm going to have money coming in every single day. And I'm sure it has to do also with like the dopamine hit. At the time of recording this, I am launching something that is not low ticket, and it's a different level of selling, right? Like when you're selling something that isn't a no-brainer offer like $47, there's not always going to be as many sales every single day. So I love the confidence boost of sales coming in every single day, right? It's not something that you like want to totally rely on. I know that like I can't rely on those dopamine hits only to fuel me, but it feels really good to have money coming into your business every single day. So reoccurring revenue is something that I recommend everyone get into. If you are inside my Rich Girl community, this is definitely something we can go over and help you kind of build out within your business because, like I said earlier, it's not sexy. It's often harder to build than regular sales. But in the long run, it is so good for your nervous system and just having, systems in place within your business that allow money to come in every single day so that if life happens, if your baby's born 6 weeks early, your business can still make money while you're in the hospital. Or if, other life situations come up or you go on vacation for 2 weeks and you're like, hey, I just want to check in like once a day. I don't really want to do much work. Great. Your business is still having that reoccurring revenue come in. So I know that was a little bit of a tangent, but I feel like it was something that really made such a huge difference in my postpartum. And while I still am very much so in a season of being postpartum and kind of pivoting and feeling like I'm having an identity crisis, which, I thought that happened when I was first starting this business. I thought that was my crisis. But there's another one, and I'm really trying to use it as a way to, I don't know, make my business even better, serve you even better while also being more present at home and just really like prioritizing the things that really matter, the things that are not, you know, normal, like I'm making a ton of money, this is what I'm going to do. Like I don't care about so many things that I cared about before. And I don't think it's bad that I cared about them before, but it's crazy how having a baby will literally just completely make your goals and desires pivot 100%. Like I mentioned this earlier, I used to have a goal of wanting this podcast to be like number one on the chart. And in my head now, I'm like, yes, I need visibility. Yes, I need to put myself out there so that I can serve people and help them. But like, I don't care if it's number one on the charts. I don't like, it's exciting when things like that happen, but it's so not as much of a priority anymore after my son. Like it's crazy. So if you've had 1 kid, 2 kid, 3 kid, I'm sure you are familiar with this feeling of feeling like so many things shift when you have a baby. And it's crazy. It's a wild feeling. So I'm just blabbering on now, but I'm so excited you guys are here. This season is going to be amazing. Episodes will drop every single Tuesday. Today's is a little bit later than usual because, mom life tried to record last night and it didn't happen. So I'm actually recording this the day that it's going to go live. So excited that you're here for this season and can't wait for you to tune in every single Tuesday. Love you, mean it, and I'll see you next week.